Okay. Manners, respect people. People. What a go on? What's up? What you saying? ¿Qué pasa? Yeah, people. It's getting nice outside. It's not just the cool, it's just like just the atmosphere warm up. So which part that the warm heat that come from? I probably like down in Florida where where Miss Black live. She did a send some warm meat from a couple weeks now. We finally I get it. One thank you no. All the people them will have good energy I send thank you no people. When we say the people them will have good energy. I sure no know it's so feels so nice when you send on them good energy there. Because everybody thinks that it's just like, oh yeah, you send good energy and you're gonna feel it right away. No, just expect it and it's gonna be there. So thank you for the warm energy when you send my way. It's really appreciated. Right, people? With the manners and with respect, always rolling around. We always have our manners, respect, rolling around. So, people, so yesterday I did El Selassie I highlighted El Selassie I wanted to find out more about El Selassie and I was surprised what I found out about El Selassie It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot of info. It wasn't, trust me, it wasn't all positive, right? But that's why I said people, everybody have their own ideas and their own feelings. It doesn't have to be true. It's 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 if you actually do what they say makes it true. So that was the first part of the first introduction of El Selassie I was expecting like great wonders. I am sorry, people. The way people, everybody talk about El Selassie as growing up as a kid. I think that he was a great he accomplished a lot more than other people that I highlighted so far, right? But when me find out say him go win one war, him lose one, then him went in a exile, then him come back and then uh, and again when you learn and you understand it's not always gonna be high times and that me say it's okay to be It's okay to be disappointed because that's an emotion too, you know. Disappointment is an emotion. So if you feel disappointed in your test result, that means that you know you can do better. So you gotta you gotta strive to do better all the time, right? So disappointment is part of life. You just can't make disappointment. All of them emotional, you just can't sit down in them emotion until it becomes toxic. That's just one of the things that we can do, right? We can't sit down and make it become a way to make we feel, because emotions is just a feeling, you know. Emotion is just a feeling, and it's something you get over. Pain, when them say pain, that's a feeling. Love is a feeling. Uh, hate is a feeling. But I said hate supposed to be blasphemy. We're not supposed to have hate as a feeling, because hating, just like all the other emotion, them affect you. So if you hate, obviously it gonna affect you. I say most of them people that were hate have some serious mental problem, right? People were hate have a serious mental problem. Because first of all, them hate themselves. That are the first thing. You should never hate yourself. You should never hate yourself. And remember, the doctor yesterday was saying that, right? Internalizing these things is things that we're not aware of. But if you look upon it and say you hate somebody, you hate yourself. If you look upon it and say you hate somebody, you hate yourself. Yes, you do. So you have to look upon it. You have to look upon it and say, okay, why do I hate myself? You have to ask yourself, what am I hate myself for? Because that's something that you have to create this emotion, and for you to create any emotion, it starts any emotion that starts within, and sometimes it's external. But the emotion, okay, the reason for the emotion starts is external, but the emotion actually starts within, right? So when we hear to self, it's internal. The reason why it's external. So this one I say when I'm indoctrinated into hating ourselves, it's an external things. I tell you them things that for me, you know, me just understand them and see why they're so important to me knowing myself first of all. Because I tell you, say, it's not it's not everybody who loves themselves. And if them don't love themselves, them want you do not to love yourself either. It's either them are gonna tell you don't love yourself for profit, or them are gonna tell you don't love yourself because them not love themselves. tell say it does not for be no. Me not have no PhD on all of them things there, right? For going through life and seeing things. That's what I call it life experience. The experience the moment of deeper than where you peer and you study. Because you see when those guys sit down, then research, then go over the information for 1,000 people and them ask the same question, 1,000 people and all of them things there. But that's not life experience come. Life experience comes from you encountering the situation on a daily basis. But my try show you say, well, I'm bigger, higher level computer than any computer that's created because you're creating on the fly. Unless you have a mindset. And once you have a mindset, you have a limitation. I say, okay, this is a good thing I can accept. So I can think, I can think circular. And again, enough of the words that I'm gonna use. I know where them put their meaning towards. It's my understanding of the true meaning of certain things. That's why I'm saying I have my own space so I can talk and go through and understand where I'm at. That's why I say anybody who has those ideas, those thoughts, welcome. But anybody else with the disease where them have and don't understand them have the disease first of all. Because they're the disease. Them are the cure and them are the disease. But some people just choose to be the disease or create the disease within themselves. All of them things that the doctor then talk about. They talk about these things. Toxicity, what we carry around. What me say? I'm gonna go to Jamaica and the people them just a walk and a bounce off of you and a bounce off and just it's no self control, no energy for yourself. Enough things me tell you sometimes I start going to Jamaica. It's like all them things are possible like it trust me. It don't make no sense. It absolutely make no sense. But them people there, what me say? There's us and then there's them people there. Them people there, nonsense are the best sense. Stupidity are them joy. Chaos, destruction are them livelihood. That's not us. That's them. Them you can call them the devil. Them darkness. And not in this darkness of light. It's a darkness of despair. It's just detrimental to our very existence. But it's so glorified. It's so much passion. So them hate is it's so senseless. Because everything is the hate within themselves and awakening in others like them. And some people create the chaos and the destruction and then step away and go, oh, I'm not part of that. But you are. Because you are inside it. You're the one. We don't create them things there. Only them create them things there. That's why I say it's we. Be unlimited. I may have a thing that I'm gonna drop it in the chat. It's be unlimited on WhatsApp. Only like-minded people it's for. If you have an argument, you can't join it. If you have hate, you can't join it. All of them things there. So this is a space of be unlimited people. I'm gonna say it's not out there, but Just because it's not out there doesn't mean it can't be created. Tell someone me never want just be part of the like self-hate, the racism against each other. Children know say how sickening it is though. It's so sick and disgusting. But you see, if you don't understand what sick and disgusting means, or that me say everything come in a one. Sick and disgusting is love. Sick and disgusting is unity. Sick and disgusting is aspiration. Sick and disgusting is good for our community, good for our culture. Sick and disgusting. Yeah, when people don't understand what sick and disgusting mean, this is how them are go attach it to us. That's why I say I stand alone. I stand alone with like-minded people because you're never alone. Once you find like-minded people, you're gonna be at home. If you're on bakeries or on baker and you find people who bake and talk about recipe, you're gonna be at home. That's why I'm saying no for them places I know some not belong. Because the sick and disgusting is what they're all about. And if you don't want to be sick and disgusting, then obviously you're not gonna fit in. So the sick and disgusting is such a place to stay away from, a place not to associate with. And don't keep them sick and disgusting to themselves. Because the people that will love sick and disgusting is gonna be right there with them. But the thing about it is, you see, if you're over there, so you can never be over here. Because when you come over here, so you just pretend to be over here. So it's not even us stopping you from being over here. Your mentality is gonna be from like over there. You're not gonna understand nothing. You're gonna argue about everything. You're not gonna agree with nothing. You're just gonna be tormented like you're over there. Tormented like you're over there. You're gonna bring it over here. But the true people them over here, so I gonna understand. Say you are from over there because the people from over there, so their understanding is just from over there. So meanwhile, our understanding, we can go over there. We can go over there and be like them, but we choose not to. It's a choice again. It come down to that. Man say if none of want support, don't support. Don't pretend like you no want support. Just move on. Just move on to where no deal it, and that's good for you guys. That's not good for us. Keep on saying and just pretend. You guys just pretending, but we don't care. We don't care about your pretending because the true people are not to pretend. Genuine, article, easygoing, smart, intellectual. All of them things there. You can't pretend them things there. You can only pretend one thing, like say over here. So we don't care because we know The fact that you know that we know, the fact that you know that we know that you don't belong over here, and you knowing that you don't belong over here will still come over here. uh, so just you find over there, everybody's happy where they are. So once you find a place to be happy, be there. It can't be two places. People I know some love chat, rant and whatever. And I saw it go. No go. Just my opinion, people. And me say my opinion was always my opinion from way back. Me never let me say. No fight me get in just because it's my opinion. And people say, no, you can't say that, you know. I'm say, okay, oh me can't say that, right? And you are telling me that me can't say that when you shouldn't supposed to have said that. You tell me say me can't say that. Meanwhile, you're not supposed to be telling me that I can't say that. You don't understand that? Jeez. It's just crazy that some people don't understand, you know. But them are force where they must say upon where you fit think. They're forcing what they're saying on what you're supposed to be thinking when everybody free thought is different. You can't give a person a thought and tell them, okay, this is my thought, but I want you to have it like it's your thought. That's madness. How if it change how we think, you know. How if it change how we think. Can't accept how people are tell you how to think. That's why I'm saying I rather roll by myself than roll with people that I don't agree with. Because if me I roll with people I may not agree with, how can I be myself? I'm not gonna be myself. And that's craziness. So I said that's craziness, another craziness that I don't want to run with, you know. I choose not to run with that. So people yesterday me do El Selassie and them say El Selassie is the second coming of Christ. This is pretty much what people meant by when them say. I didn't understand. I never know them things, eh? Again, if you hear people talk about certain things, you just take it as face value. This is why I'm say, me explore detail things, people's, right? Maybe that's why I didn't get so much blowback from Rastafari, because they must say, well, if you go against the Christian religion, or create your own religion, that's gonna be a problem. So I saw them persecute Rasta just because they go against Christianity. I may never understand why them hate Rasta so much. Right? It's not because of them liberty, it's because they go against Christianity. And again, people, them things them me never understand because me never understand why Rasta get so much persecution, lock up, box up, cut off them Rasta. Like the total racism and hate against the same race, only a different religion, never make no sense. It could not possibly make no sense because madness don't make sense. It's just madness. But understanding the reason now, right, is a different story. Because I'm telling you, say when you say you're confused, it's because you don't have enough answers to the situation, so it can clarify itself in the future. And this is why she speaks. I'm gonna drop our link. I'm gonna get a strike from our speech already, right? On the mythical, what's it called? Oh yeah, the mythical black artist, or the magical black artist. Tell people so when we understand these things, right? It just explain why me never. It's like once me find peace within myself, I understand. Me no have no reason to be upset. Once you have knowledge, and then people not provide knowledge and just provide information, because every situation you're supposed to learn from. Just like all of the all the spider web are come and connect all of them great people are together. Since them all of that work in tune with each other, and that's the intricacy of our culture. But once we say that's in the past, we now see the connection to the present or the future. And that's why I say I know everybody they on the same agenda. And of them things that early out may I find out still. Everybody have them own agenda, and it's not what you think or how you see it. Because that's not how they frame it in the picture. Be unlimited. I am. I am people. And I'm loving it. I'm gonna tell you some my education comes from everywhere. My education, my knowledge, increasing of it comes from everywhere. And the people with the know-how. So once you get knowledge from everywhere, once you get knowledge from everywhere, once you get knowledge from everywhere, it's more stable. Once you get knowledge from one place, it's just that place knowledge. That's why I'm saying time to start out in the restaurant business. It's like I wanted to learn as much as possible. And I know every restaurant teach you everything that you need to know. Restaurant don't go teach you what you need to know enough for them restaurant. After that, you're on your own. You just come here to do for your job and then you can go along about your business. Right? But when I was growing up, I always wanted to learn. And then I found out that some people, when them a teacher, them just want you to have for them knowledge alone. They don't want you to learn other knowledge. They don't want you to get other information. It's just for them information alone. But information should be universal and it should be connected. Can't just be one information. So all of them things I learned as a kid I grew up. So if you have an open mind. I'm tell you, in African culture, as much as we say open mind, trust me, it's open to what they have on their mind, not to other people's view. That's why I say we talk about racism, but we're the most racist race of people. Nothing good not come out our mouth. But me understand say because the thought that was given to us from before, right? It never benefit we. It benefit whoever we are serve. But having that thought continuously after, just say you still serve the same people them. This is why I'm saying we not support each other. We don't support each other. And me understand that as a small business owner, it's true. We don't. We don't support each other. Just say in time I sell my sauces to everybody else. No, I tell you the honest truth now, people. No complaint. People to spend their money. Some of the things that me here, it's like how it's not even possible fit. It's not possible. But as a small business owner, I still have to go through. I still have to be cordial to all customers because our customers have them opinion and spend the money. But just because they spend the money, it don't mean they're supposed to put down your business and stamp it under the ground. So I'm gonna look on it, people. Me just I try continue doing the best at all times. And understanding say as much as we say we want equality and everything else, we don't give each other equality. As much as we say other race, racist and all of them things, we know better. So as me I go through all and I learn them things here, finding out the information because when we say smart people cool, them I make smart people obsolete. I truly don't know enough. That's why I'm saying something them want to make them longer 4 hours. So if you don't have the time to sit down for 4 hours to learn something, then TikTok is perfect for you. That's why I'm saying I want to grow my channel with only the people that have sense. So then you can contribute everything where you want to contribute in a sensible way. So there's not gonna be no argument and fight and all of them things there. Let them do them things there. Because that's what they're good at. Trust me, that's what they're good at. So we talk about Selassie I yesterday. I'm gonna tell you say it was 3 hours. I don't know I'm gonna keep on coming back say at 3 hours of me asking questions like what's the greatness, what's the greatness of what's a person will believe in a slavery, right? Me not understand how a person will believe in a slavery can be a good person. That's the first thing, like, right? Or him become in a power or suspect. Him lose one war, him win one war, and him lose one. Like, I don't understand. But if people, right, see the greatness of him, and I'm trying to find out, okay, why is he so great? And you're gonna be upset when I'm trying to find out something, right? Just gives me a point of view on how you think. So when we do Haile Selassie I now, me say okay then fine. Lenord Powell was they said was one of the key people then that came into to that introduced Rastafari more, that introduced Rastafari to Jamaica, right? So me say okay then fine. Let me hear Howell. So this is like a little story on how he create Rastafari. And again, people will tell us say once you have the information, it's so different from what other people telling you. Because when other people say certain things, it's just from other people' point of view. It's just from their point of view, people. So this is Lenord Howell, right? I may find him on them said the man who created Rastafarianism, and I find it on Unfiltered Reality TV. Right, people? I'm telling you, say it's educational time because you're never too old to learn and you're never too old to teach. So once you teach a life experience, and that much I show these kids nowadays them don't have life experience. Them just have video. Them have what you call it, internet experience, and that's not real experience. I tell you, so some of the things I'm missing nowadays is questionable to me, but again, once them accept them things here, you cannot change other people from accepting what they accept already. Understand that? Even though it wrong to you, right? And them are do it, you can't stop them from do it. And whatever you say is not gonna change anything for them. But it doesn't mean it's not gonna change something for other people. So other people know say what them are do, it don't make no sense, and they don't have to do it. Them talk about bleaching yesterday. Okay, people, I could continue. Come tell us that sometimes the thought them on me have is more than just TikTok thinking. Okay, so I could continue with this. How this man bringing Rastafari.
Rastafari is a relatively young religion, yet its influence on music, pop culture, politics, and social justice makes it a faith system that has had a global impact despite having relatively few followers, an estimated 1 million worldwide. But have you ever wondered how it all started? Leonard Percival Howell was a pivotal figure in the birth of the Rastafari movement. Born into an Anglican family on June 16, 1898, in Clarendon, Jamaica, Howell...
Okay, June. I like that. My favorite man. Gushy, gushy, gushy. So just the fact I'm born in a June, I like that. As we continue, people, I like the colors them all the time, because me tell you say, I was listening to a program earlier and they were talking about brown people and different, like, people categorize as colors. And one time I did talk about the 12 colors, and somebody was saying, well, I never heard about these colors before, like people calling people colors before. Meanwhile, everywhere you look, people like it's just the meaning of the colors people are not aware of. Capiche? So people hear about people call people color all the time. That's not nothing, strange or out of the ordinary or something like that. To all of the people them who has those as we proceed, people. Sometimes I tell you, say it's not like somebody gets sidetracked on the issues. It's just when people talk like the things that I talk about is doesn't exist, or it's incredible or something abnormal and stuff like that. It just gets me, you know. As we proceed, people.
Born into an Anglican family on June 16, 1898, in Clarendon, Jamaica, Howell was among the earliest preachers of this faith and often regarded as the first Rasta. In 1933, Howell started preaching about the crowning of Rastafari Makonnen as Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia, declaring him the Messiah returned to earth. His sermons ignited controversy, leading to his arrest and a 2-year imprisonment for conduct, inciting people to rebel against the authorities. Despite this, or perhaps because of it, the Rastafari movement flourished. Throughout his life, Howell found himself at odds with every facet of the Jamaican establishment, from planters and trade unions to churches and colonial authorities. His message, deeply rooted in anti-colonialism and black empowerment, threatened the status quo, prompting efforts to suppress his influence. Yet, his call for black people to assert their identity resonated not just in Jamaica, but globally, echoing across the African diaspora. Howell's vision led him to establish Pinnacle, a commune in St. Catherine Parish, which became a sanctuary for Rastafari followers and a symbol of the movement. Unlike many of his followers, Howell never adopted the practice of wearing dreadlocks, yet his leadership helped solidify the global presence of the Rastafari faith.
And that's the next thing. You see, him never did wear no dreadlocks. He wasn't like a dreadlocks. All the people them promote dreadlocksism, right? It was just a philosophy. So it's not like say you have to be a dread to be in. And them did make a song about that, right? But the fact that he was not a dread, right? That shows that the Rasta philosophy is not just based on the dreadlocks part of the thing. It's just some people just gravitate to growing them hair long and say Rastafari. So when people grow a hair, right, and they're not real Rasta, there shouldn't be like a a blowback on that, or a controversy on that, because Rastafari is not based on growing dreadlocks and all of them things. That I thought it was one of the number one priority, right? So not understanding certain things, you just have certain things in your mind, and it's not understanding. As we proceed, people, come and tell us that these are lessons, these are understanding, educational programs.
He was the eldest of 10 children. His father, Charles Theophilus Howell, worked as a peasant cultivator and tailor, while his mother, Clementina Bennett, was an agricultural laborer. During the First World War, Howell served as a seaman and was part of a Jamaican contingent sent to Panama. Before settling temporarily in Panama in 1918, he traveled multiple times between New York City and Panama. It was in New York, particularly in Harlem, where he first confronted his identity as a black man. Here, he met and joined Marcus Garvey's Universal Negro Improvement Association, influenced.
Okay, and see, it's still a next connection again, because you see, this man connected with Marcus Garvey because Marcus Garvey had the same um ideals that he had, or the same similar ideals that he has. As we proceed, people.
Garvey's revolutionary leadership. Howell spent approximately 20 years of his early life abroad, during which he was arrested and imprisoned for his association with the Universal Negro Improvement Association. The organization's pro-black messages were seen as threatening. After migrating between Panama and the United States, he was eventually deported back to Jamaica in December 1932 at the age of 34.
Still I do the same thing. I'm still I do the same thing. I deport. They're still doing the same thing. I'm still a deport people. I'm still a deport people from the US. So I know till the deportation are gone. Right? That's a for them thing. Deport people. And them not belong at the country where them there. As we proceed.
Primarily due to his involvement with the Universal Negro Improvement Association, which the US government viewed as a threat because of its advocacy for Black power and anti-colonialism. Upon his return to Jamaica, Howell decided to leave his family home and advocate for the Rastafari movement. This decision stemmed from a conflict with his family, presumably over his controversial beliefs in the divine nature of.
Okay, and why would they be in conflict with him? Because them are Christian and everything that goes against Christianity is no good. That's simple fact. Anything that goes against Christianity is no good. Every other religion is no good. Right? That's the straight fact. I'm gonna tell you, say, full racism is so deep because full racism is us hating each other like others hate us. You understand that, people?
Controversial beliefs in the divine nature of Haile Selassie. Lenord Howell's initial public declaration of Haile Selassie's divinity occurred in January 1933. This first open proclamation, asserting the Emperor of Ethiopia as the incarnation of God, took place at Redemption Ground in Kingston, but failed to attract converts. In February 1933, Howell moved his gatherings to the southeastern parish of St. Thomas. By April 18th, he spoke to approximately 200 people at a meeting in Trinityville, St. Thomas. Police monitored the event, considering it to be of a seditious nature. Despite their concerns, authorities opted not to press charges against Howell to avoid drawing further attention to his cause, choosing instead to keep a close watch on his activities. Howell and his followers revered Emperor Selassie as the Black Messiah, a divine figure prophesied in the Bible. Howell regarded the emperor's grand coronation, bolstered by claims of Selassie's descent from King David, King Solomon, and the Queen of Sheba, partly derived from the medieval Ethiopian text, Kebra Nagast, as the fulfillment of this prophecy. The emperor's ascent was seen as a validation of Howell's profound assertions. Howell's teachings often provided a backdrop of Ethiopia's people, land, and sovereignty, depicting it as an unchanged territory inhabited by original primitive Christian people, ruled directly by a king from the lineage of King David. He idealized Ethiopia in his sermons, describing it as a land of unparalleled people and a perfect language, the only uncorrupted language on earth. Howell highlighted the advent of a new civilization anchored in the glory and power of Selassie, the supreme Black King. He instructed his followers to venerate the Ethiopian emperor as the supreme deity over all humanity. According to Howell, Ethiopia preserved the essential truths about good character, social order, manhood, and womanhood, which were now being revealed for all to see. He preached that Ethiopian culture was poised to supplant the hegemonic Anglo-Saxon forces that had long subjugated Africans. Among his followers, Howell was referred to as Gigi Marag, a name he used to distinguish his mystical, ritualistic identity from his secular one. The name is believed to be derived from three Hindi words: Gyan, which means wisdom, Gun, which means virtue or talent, and Guru, the teacher. In Hindi, Mara means great kings or king of kings. In September 1933, during a meeting at Port Morant, St. Thomas, Howell initiated the gathering with hymn singing. He reportedly taunted clergy from other religious denominations present and advised attendees against going to church, claiming that ministers were liars. He also vehemently criticized the history of slavery, asserting that the white man stole Africa from the Africans and that Black people should consider Africa their home, not Jamaica. Howell's praise for Emperor Selassie was accompanied by a clear call for Black supremacy as a means to combat colonialism and reject white oppression. Occasionally, he would lead his congregants in singing God Save the King, referring to Selassie. Howell's doctrine placed blackness as morally superior to whiteness, challenging white colonial ideologies. Remembered as a charismatic and authoritarian leader, Howell genuinely cared for his followers' well-being. In 1939, he founded the Ethiopian Salvation Society with the primary objective of using collective savings to improve its members' lives. The Ethiopian Salvation Society also aimed to propagate the good news about salvation and Christianity, emphasizing self-help and good citizenship. These secondary aims were expressly stated to protect the organization from accusations of promoting sedition. Despite this, in 1940, the Jamaican governor banned an Ethiopian Salvation Society meeting due to the resentment it was generating and its international scope. Howell also played a mentoring role within the growing Rastafarian community. His bold, generous personality, enriched by his extensive travels, made him especially influential. Howell was instrumental in forging connections with other Black groups like the Afro-African Constructive Gathly and the Universal Negro Improvement Association, and collaborated with figures like Marcus Garvey and George Padmore. Howell's advocacy for identification with Africa stood in stark contrast to the Jamaican Creole nationalism promoted by contemporaries like
Jamaican Creole nationalism. What's that? Me never me never heard that before. When did Jamaican become Creoles? I thought Creoles was from Saint Louis, was from Louisiana. I don't know. It's just they people. All right, me now leave it alone as we proceed, people.
stood in stark contrast to the Jamaican Creole nationalism promoted by contemporaries like Bustamante and Manley.
Okay, all right. Now, okay, people. You see which part that come from though. And Bustamante and Michael Manley are two Caucasian people. I mean, them did a fight for the rights of Jamaica, right? All them did a fight for the people of Jamaica. Eventually, me I gotta do things for them people too, because I'm tell you, say, understanding these things and seeing why it is the way it is. Because even Michael Manley, everybody say Michael Manley was one of the best prime minister in existence, right? But I know everybody feels so. And Bustamante, me I figure doing because I think Bustamante is not just a not just a prime minister, but he was a national hero too. I'm not sure, but I think Michael Manley was a national hero. But them hold Michael Manley in a high regards, because Michael Manley did do some good stuff. That's why I say, okay, if them did have good people I do good stuff, how comes we just have bad people I do bad stuff? No? Where are the good people them there? And that me I say, it just it's just spooky. Just spooky. So Michael Manley and Bustamante come in with the Creole. And that me I say me not understand how Creole come into the, but me tell the same time them people are selling up. When these people are branding, then people can sell arsenic, and people can sell cigarette, and people can sell death and destruction, then people can sell your soul. I'm serious. Once these people put a packaging on anything, And when them put a package pan we, man, whether we in the package or not, that a sell. You hear me, I say, people? Okay, so all right, I could go and listen to. Hello, hello, speaking. I'm actually on my live. Maybe we should go live and talk about the situation. You're calling about my website, right? Yeah, and that's what I'm saying though. I am actually on my live. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you want to be do you want me to put you on my YouTube channel and we talk about the situation? Okay. You see, that's what I'm trying to show you though. If all this issue that I've been having with my website, you guys are the people that I've been dealing with for almost 4 years, right? Yes, no? Huh? And that's what I'm saying though. All the issues that you guys are supposed to be fixing is still there. I see people. As soon as I put them on, bro, because this is what I'm trying to tell you for so long. I invested my money into something that's supposed to be working. It's supposed to be beneficial to me. People, do you guys understand? That's one of my frustration. Me creating my company, right, and saying my company is gonna be successful. Me putting it together and working with other people, and then they're gonna call you later on, and I'm saying, okay, fine. Since you guys are the same people I've been working with for so long, let's just discuss it on air and see what the issue is. Other than you guys collecting my money, other than you guys collecting my money and calling me to sell me the same thing that you guys are supposed to be fixing. So this is what I'm saying, people. Being successful, it doesn't come cheap. For the people that actually make it successfully in our life, the struggle with them have to go through. The backstories. When these people talk about their stories in the 60s and 70s and stuff like that, the backstory that these people had to go through. We're not going through as much as, but look how much money I invested in my website. Look how much money I invested in me. How much sacrifice I make to make things better for myself. As we proceed, people, come tell us that sometimes you see the journey that I personally go through, the struggles that I personally go through, it's not easy. I'm gonna tell you some I can't just turn myself into despair, go down the path that many go down, and end up in many places that I don't want to end up in. I just me have to trust and believe in myself, knowing that it's gonna happen. It's probably gonna take a long time, knowing the mind that I have and my work ethic and all of the stuff that I'm gonna put in before. It's not supposed to be for nothing. After all the phone call, I'm gonna get me finally take one and then don't wanna be on my life. I see people them when we talk and I'm gonna ask them, so okay, if I spend $10,000, okay, does it make sense making $10,000? Are you spending $10,000 just to make $10,000? No. $100,000 just to make $100,000 just for the experience of using $100,000 just to say you can make $100,000 with your $100,000. And that's the situation that I've been in for the last few 5 6 years. I'm investing and I'm not getting my investment back out. Other than my sauces, buy a bottle of delicious sauce. As we proceed, people, because I tell you something, I don't lose a spot in my brain. I just lose a spot outside. I'm sure none of know them things are deep, you know. But as we proceed,
Ante and Manly. He preached to both the working class and the peasantry, striving to unite disenfranchised black individuals to overcome colonial oppression. Howell viewed Jamaica's 1962 independence, which maintained ties with Great Britain, as a significant disappointment, having advocated for complete separation from Britain. In January 1934, Howell and Robert Hines were arrested and charged with sedition following a meeting of 300 people at Seaforth St. Thomas on December 10, 1933. Howell stood trial for sedition on March 13, 1934, pleading not guilty to charges of expressing hatred for the Jamaican government and the King of England and disturbing the public peace. During his defense, he famously declared...
that much I should say, look, we are just criminals walking around without a charge. All we are just criminals walking around without a charge. Anytime they're ready, they can put any charge on you and the judge can decide. Understand, people? There's no free mind. How you can have your own religion? Why can't you believe in your own faith? Why do you have to believe in what I believe in? Why is that the only belief? What you believe in? I don't believe in what you believe in. I believe in myself. That may I try show you that world and mess up really, really bad enough, people. You're a criminal, just a wait for your charge. Trust me.
During his defense, he famously declared Selassie as the Messiah returned to Earth, using a photograph of the emperor as evidence. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison by the Chief Justice Robert William Lyle Grant.
Yo, I see this, brother. Yeah. You want to see how this brother here look like one stuffed pig with a piece of fake wig on him head. I tell you some weird. The whole system is such a pretentious. Yo, I tell you so we don't exist in a real life. We exist within this the loop. Fake world. Pretentious everything, people. I mean, always understand societism. As a person can put on a smile upon them face and pretend them like you. As soon as them pass, that gone. That's the real world. That's how them feel. But they just pretending that's not how they are. As we proceed, people.
Was sentenced to 2 years in prison by the Chief Justice Robert William Lyle Grant. Later, in 1938, Howell was committed to the Bellevue Asylum in Kingston, deemed insane due to inflammatory statements. In a publication, released while he was incarcerated, he labeled the Roman Catholic Pope as Satan the Devil and implied a declaration of war against colonialism and white supremacy, advocating for black supremacy. He also objected to local religious systems like revivalism. Howell was notably the most incarcerated among the pioneers of the Rastafari movement due to his outspoken teachings and challenges to international white supremacy, prompting significant re-evaluation of identity and social mobilization in Jamaica and beyond. Following his release from prison for his teachings and his denunciation of colonial rule, Howell established the first Rastafarian village in Jamaica at Sligoville, St. Catherine, in 1940.
Sligoville.
Named Pinnacle for its high hilltop elevation, it was symbolically located in the first
Sligoville name. Again, some of them fear pronunciation is not, well, I guess it's, if them call it so, I know so Jamaican call it anyways. So Jamaican have their own idea how them call things. As we proceed, people.
village set up to house former slaves in Jamaica. Pinnacle became one of the country's first self-sustaining communities, where residents met their needs independently of external resources.
So them plant them own food, them grow them own food, them make them own basket, weave them own clothes, all of them stuff there. That's self-reliant. But I'm telling you, say, every time every community come to have that in a social circle, you always have two parties. As soon as two parties come, so them can argue. Remember the same people them around the two party, So them not gonna change nothing, but them change the people them by dividing them. And within division comes changes. So people change them feelings towards a person, change which part them live towards, change how them carry out, change. But the two party are the same party, they don't have to change nothing. All them have to do is say, yeah, right, you get this a color shirt and we get this a color shirt. But remember, at them decide which color shirt them are going to wear, to impress on the people them. Meanwhile, the people them I look on the color now and I like a color over the next color. And right down the middle it split. So instead of color, unite. And that may I say, the very fact say, the color where them use, one color is greed, envy, and jealousy, right? And the next one is every day is a fool's day. Like, it's not, each one teach one how to be better system. It's greed, envy, and jealousy. Oh yeah, and them flinging the be mind word in it too. So them even create a word to associate it to. And I tell you, it's crazy, people. When I look on all of them things and I understand more of it, it's serious. Psychologically serious. So people mind get distorted. Take a deep breath, people. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, people. That's life. Everything after that is secondary. Complicated, not sure. I'm confused. People. I'm confused. That's all I can say. As we proceed,
communities where residents met their needs independently of external resources. Some describe Pinnacle as a commune where Howell's form of socialism was practiced. Shortly after its foundation, other similar Rastafarian communities emerged across the country.
And that's the same thing I said. You see, the model of something, you can take it other places as long as the model is is set up a way, right, for a positive sense. When you look at how them destroy the communities, by building highways through the cities, them separate, give all of the affluent people them the uptown neighborhood where the lady, the nurse, I mean the professor said yesterday, right? It depends on where you live, dictates your life expectancy. If you live in one neighborhood, your life expectancy is 70 to 80 years. And the next place is 20 years difference just by where you live. It's not just where you live, it's the mind. The people that mine around you are the people that kill you. The people that box you up with them toxic thought, them toxic practice. So I know the neighborhood. So what's the difference between the neighborhood if I just the neighborhood? Oh, for the neighborhood quiet. Okay, so for we neighborhood noisy. Why for we neighborhood noisy? Because of the noisy people them. It complicated. For the neighborhood clean. For we neighborhood dirty. It's because of the dirty people them in the neighborhood. For them neighborhood is organized. For neighborhood disorganized. It's the disorganized people them. If them people that live in a rich neighborhood, anything said over there so they look the same. So the people them around you. Some of the people them, their mind is sick, full of disease. And the only way them see if you solve them disease, if you take it out, if you go walking dead somebody else. Make somebody have the same mental disease like what them have. So I'm gonna go through them things and understand them things, yeah. Before it's just like we just have questions. But going through them things now me I get the answers. To understand how the next generation can make things better. Because you see, once the understanding is explained, then it's just for them to say, okay, never take candy from a stranger. Because you see, once they get you hooked on candy, them always I will be able to dictate to you what them want. So when you say don't take candy from a stranger, people go curious. Okay, let me take it from a stranger and see what go happen. If you tell them say, once you become a slave to that candy, you become a slave to that person. So for you to get that candy, when you want that candy, and them turn you in a candy, so when we explain certain things and show you certain things, this world has always been like this, but we just been ignoring it. I laugh and I dance and I entertain and I treat each other like crap. And that we get, that will end up like crap. As we proceed, people.
Other similar Rastafarian communities emerged across the country. Pinnacle was particularly noted for the cultivation of marijuana, which holds religious significance for Rastafarians. In efforts to dismantle Howell and his followers, police repeatedly raided Howell's Pinnacle community, labeling it a communist experiment.
Label. People, them me say. Me tell you, say them have the mastery of labeling, you know. Wow. They master the ability to label anything and everything and sell it to anybody, anywhere. Yes, people, as we proceed, it's just the same time I learn them things, yeah, it's just mind boggling. But it's not surprising. Them things are not surprise me now because I'm telling you, I always have enough question. It's just I've never gone about finding the answers from the right spaces. Because even when people answer your question, you still have more question, but then have no more answer. As we proceed.
1941. Just 1 year after the settlement was established, government forces infiltrated it, arresting many of Howell's followers.
I tell us that their favorite thing. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Thomas Sankora. You did that. Listen to the documentary today upon him too. I'm best friend sell him out. I'm best friend sell him out and he never have a reason. The greatness of him was never repeated, but that's the whole objective. Nobody should ever do the job he's doing. Martin Luther King, Bob Marley. As we proceed, people.
Forces infiltrated it, arresting many of Howell's followers. Although Howell initially evaded arrest, he was eventually captured and once again tried for sedition, resulting in an additional 2-year imprisonment. Upon his release in 1943, he returned to Pinnacle, this time hiring guards and bringing in watchdogs to protect the community from future attacks. The police conducted several more raids on Pinnacle in the 1950s. In 1954, militia invaded the community and nearly destroyed the village completely.
Isn't that called religious persecution? Me no know. How can you just go in there and just keep on hammering away at and just you just wipe out on the ball about other people wiping them out, coming like a shark and the food, the little food eat big food and then big food eat that the little food and then bigger food eat that the food there and then it just becomes the whole existence is one big toxicity. And other things are just part of one part of the world, but it's everywhere because it's within people's mind and thought. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. As we proceed, people, just
did the community and nearly destroyed the village completely. Despite the extensive damage, settlers returned, though the settlement never regained its former vibrancy. During a final raid in 1958, police completely cleared out the remaining residents. Despite its ultimate destruction, the legacy of Pinnacle became legendary, inspiring other settlements around the country that became known as miniature pinnacles. Some claim that Howell disappeared from public view between 1958 and 1960, withdrawing from his role as a Rastafarian leader. However, historians who have studied his life challenge accounts that he was neither seen nor heard from during this period until his death in 1981. Despite the final...
See? Even though all of this struggle where this man I got you, right? All of this struggle where this man I got you, him still live a good life. Meanwhile, people nowadays are live to be 50, 60. That's it. So it's not the struggle we go through. It's the food that we eat. And we really are put pressure upon the food nowadays, people. And we really are put pressure upon how long you live. So your memory, it's trust me. Some people can say, boy, I can't remember 5 years ago. And I'm gonna say that's good. We just want to remember today. Not even yesterday. But we don't understand that. We don't understand. This is why I say our history is so important for us to remember.
Despite the final major raid on Pinnacle and Howell's subsequent confinement in a mental asylum, he reportedly continued his leadership within the Pinnacle community and maintained his role as a foundational figure in the Rastafari movement. This is evidenced by his involvement as a defendant in several cases at the Home Circuit Court in Kingston, which concerned disputes over his ownership of Pinnacle. Today, Howell is celebrated as a pioneer of the Rastafarian movement. In recognition of his enduring values and his relentless battle against colonial authority, he is also regarded as a leader in Pan-Africanism. To preserve his legacy, the Lenord P. Howell Foundation was established to perpetuate and honor the memory of Lenord P. Howell. The foundation advocates for the restoration of part of the Pinnacle property to establish it as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, an international center for Rastafarian worship and research, and a monument to honor the vision and leadership of Leonard Percival Howell.
So they persecute the man in whole life, and when him dead, then give him a and I watch. They say, yes, man. Good battle, good battle. This is why I'm saying time we're dead, we're saying them words so much more. Because they can't pay you when you're alive. And them just show you say they couldn't pay you when you're alive. So now you're dead? Yeah, man. Perfect timing. It's sad enough, people. When we don't know or don't care enough to know to understand anything. We just a drag we foot through history and I mean nothing. Right? It's a drag we foot through history when I mean nothing. That's in the past, man. As we continue, people.
And leadership of Leonard Percival Howell. Tragically, Lenord Howell's life ended on January 23, 1981.
January. From June to January. As we proceed, people.
Brutal attack months earlier in Tredegar Park, not far from his beloved Pinnacle. He was 83. Despite enduring severe persecution, Howell's legacy as a champion of anti-colonialism and a true hero of the Rastafari movement remains influential. In a poignant twist of fate, the same government that once persecuted him honored him posthumously in 2022 with an Order of Distinction, acknowledging his indelible impact on both national and global scales.
See? The same government, you see? And that may I try to show you. Keep on doing right, people. Eventually, them are going to say on the right. All in time on the well, all the time no exist no more at that time than telling you. But at least them telling you say on the right. When on the right. You know see Bob Marley, everybody. I when them pass off and say, you know, so them did right. Me no see how all film family and them people take anything from the government. The same thing, them people that's why I try to show you how everything has changed. The meaning of everything or anything don't mean anything. It literally don't mean anything. Because them fling him in a jail, them arrest him, them broke down in community, in establishment. And like how different is it now? How is it different now? The way they talk about Rasta, the way they treat Rasta. As we proceed, people, come tell us, say, you see the thing about it is, when you're right, you're right. And it's true. A man believe in a way and believe in a, right? And up to today, them people are still believe in a um what I name there as the second coming of Jesus Christ. Yes, Selassie. Them still believe in it even to today, so film right or still right. Even now, it's still right. As we proceed,
Order of distinction, acknowledging his indelible impact on both national and global scales. Thank you all for watching this video.
that match I show you people after the man dead at that time, then give him credit. But when the man alive, then fight against him, like what they call it, nails, thumbs and nails. It's crazy, you know. It's crazy, people. Right through history, right? All of the people them we just want betterment. We just want upliftment. We just want. It seems like a force is always there for just stop it. Everywhere you look, you know. Everywhere you look, there's always a force. But when you look upon it now, we are the hunger force stand up in a few way because of the mentality we have. Me happy say me I learn them things, if you understand them things are even more, you know. I'm gonna tell you say if we did not take the time for if we analyze them things here, at least would have at least peace of mind. When I do the video yesterday, I say going through these things, it's not gonna always gonna be, you know, heroes and sheroes. There's gonna be low times within our history, but we're not supposed to be discouraged at the low time, right? Because when them talk about Haile Selassie, I me did not expect like a superhero from Haile Selassie High. But I'm not disappointed, me just accept it because it's history. But knowing, right, how people are affected today, some of them people are really know the history or then just accept the history. These are the things I'm tell you say it I know some like it gonna make me a PhD specialist or a scholar, you know. It's just but it's gonna give me an understanding of my existence. and be more firm in my belief. I'm telling you, some people are coming from, you know, how long me I have problem with them people with my website. Eh? And them a call me and say, okay then fine, come talk. Me telling you the problem when me did have with Uno and peer Uno. So Uno can hear from the horse's mouth. Them no want to do that. Because whatever them want say, them want to say it in a private to call me out of more money. Tell you that I'm my biggest disappointment, you know. That's one of the biggest thing me ever do. I can't say if me regret anything, it's me regretting knowing them people if it met them people that make me a website. That's my biggest regret in my life. I'm gonna tell you say you're not supposed to have regret. But me personally, just knowing them people because even yesterday I tried to hook up my account for my t-shirt and everything have to start over again. But again, people, I'm say it's always a learning experience, and there's criminals everywhere. Most of these people are criminals. We just see ourselves as criminals because we always look for each other. But there's criminals everywhere out there. All of them are thief. And one thief, two thief, all of them are thief. Them not have no color. Thief now no color. Alright? Them people don't have no color. Them just don't have no shame. And we give title to people where don't deserve title. Them a thief. You know, frustrated me is knowing say the things that when me invest, me supposed to say something out of it. At least something to invest more. Right? Because if you have the money, you can always invest. But that me talk to my brother all day about him a complain and me I say, look, man, you see, you can't complain when you don't have the money. You see, once you have the money for pay it, what you complain about? I don't understand that. I keep on saying if there's no reason to complain, why complain about no reason? You have to pay as long as you have the money. Me invest so much money in a stupid website, right? I'm still have the same issue them. And them are gonna call me and ask me, hello, hi, how you doing? I'm not a thief. I'm tell you some I try to find them today. I saw them call me now because me email them. And I go through some things. So I'm tell you some I go up on my website and I don't want to hook up back my t-shirt them. So now I say I have to go take the time to create a new platform where I can print my Be Unlimited t-shirt and stuff then. I'm tell you some them things that I have planning up people. I have lots of plans set up. If I don't make $1 here, so I make $1 there. So if I don't make $1 there, so I make $1 there. So. But then you meet them people and make $1 everywhere except all of the spot them where you're supposed to make $1. You know, you're the lady where she said. She go to the people and fi sell her book and the people and say, we are make 4.50 and you make 50 cents. And then she became a publisher. So that's why I'm say, all right, my next move now is me create my own t-shirt website myself and go tell them people to go jump in a real frozen lake and suck up all of the frozen water possible. Sometimes I tell the people the frustration of not getting worse what you're supposed to do, you know. And who will stop you? Are the people that are supposed to give you the go ahead, the pass? Oh man, I go do a piece on them because in time I go up on them page and me type say this is one of the worst company. Them reach out to me the same time to and tell me, oh, let's fix this. But me tell you say, oh, them a reach out to you to fix it and all the time before you tell them to fix it and them I say, oh, wait until they start reach out to me to fix it. Eh? I don't know what tell me say people. It's my frustration, man. That we have to deal with sometimes, people. Tell the honest truth. So, people, now we know about who is it? You know who it is, Mister uh new religion. Well, he never really invent the new religion. Him just brought in a new religion, right? Rastafari religion. And the reason why they hate him so much was because it was, you know, impeding on Christianity. Right? So that's why I'm gonna try to show you. When me never understand why Christian hate Rasta so until me understand say it's because of the religion and that of the competition. Not because them hate the people, them just hate the fact that them are get, and many people probably never know that. Because when we did that ask earlier, nobody couldn't tell me why them hate the Rastafari them. So uh, I and them tell you say now me I learn and now me I understand. Right? Now me I learn and me I understand. And the more you learn is the more clarity you get. So maybe me I gonna do like one day obviously me I gonna do a part two of Lenord Howell, right? Because this is just a short one. And me know say there's no way this man could be such a great man and there's more detail person of who he is, other than him just a got jail every minute by the police them man. You know? Getting locked up and persecuted for marijuana. And the next thing, I don't understand marijuana have to do with Rastafari. Because King Solomon was here Rastaman. People, them things are me always want to find out. So all of them things I'm always gonna research and do in a part two, part three, part four. But again, when me always have enough question for me a little bit. That's why I read so much. Right, people? So always more to come. Manners, respect. I'm out. Bye, sauce.